This is Robert Gleeman with EMR Update. I'm talking today with Mike Patel, CEO of Meditab Software Incorporated in Oakland, California. And Mike's phone number is 510-686-8417. Mike Patel, thank you very much for being with us today.
Thank you for inviting us.
Mike, the reason I wanted to talk with you is an associate of yours, T.J.Wilkinson, and his very first post on EMR Update said that the Meditab software was the best software he had ever seen in his entire life. Now, I know we all love our own software, but what is it about Meditab that encourages people to say things like that? For instance, are there tabs in Meditab? What does the name mean?
We basically have a history of developing outstanding software, and the way we came up with the Meditab name was when the tablet PCs were initially coming out. I had a friend that used to work for a company called Paceblade and then Motion Computing. I was reading all of the hype, and then I actually convinced him to let me play with a tablet PC that was in a plastic engineering mold. Then I said, well, we really have to take advantage of this thing. And so the way the name actually was derived from medicine on a tablet PC.
Aha. See, I would have guessed otherwise. I'm glad I asked you that question. And Mike, do you have a background in medicine? Do you come from a family that has doctors? Well, how did you get into EMR?
We actually got into EMR through our pharmacy business. I'm actually a pharmacist by trade. I was a pre-med student, and then because of health issues with my parents and needing to support the family, I switched majors and became a pharmacist. Then we purchased our own pharmacy back in 97, and we developed software to automate our pharmacy because the software that was there is, to do a simple task, you had to do 20 clicks. I kept calling the software vendor to make changes, and eventually it became a joke to them. So I said, well, forget you guys. I'm going to go and develop my own software.
And when did you start Meditab?
The initial development we started was back in 98, 99. The company was started sometimes in early 2003 formally. Initially, we did all of the work through the corporation that owns the pharmacies. We developed our own pharmacy system to help a pharmacy become more efficient and to help us manage medications for patients that are in retirement homes.
Now, you have a product that you call IMS, Intelligent Medical Software. This is your EMR and billing version of the software for standard medical practice?
Yes. IMS stands for Intelligent Medical Software, and it is a complete package to allow you to run your medical office. It not just looks at EMR and scheduling and billing, but everything associated with the medical practice, and that is the reason people love our software. It flows well, and everything that you need to do in an office, we have a module available that can handle that. We were probably the first company that I know of that had a completely integrated fax server with the product.
Interesting.
The fax is a very, very important piece that performs many tasks in a medical office. The IMS product actually can cater to multiple specialties. It is so deep. It's powered by about 800 tables in the back end. Our current medical director's name is Dr. Gaurav Tyagi. He actually has been instrumental in our template design. We have templates that cater to about 22 specialties, and we can say we have probably great knowledge and expertise in about 9 or 10 of them where we know we have a significant advantage over competitors in our market. It has to be a complete solution because otherwise what we find is that, if you have 2 or 3 products you're integrating, then, well, it's not my fault, it's their fault.
One doctor said, I only want one neck to strangle when he was talking about vendors.
Yeah, that's right. That's the way it should be.
I notice also that on your website are some very nice testimonials that go into very great detail. It sounds like you have a unique approach also to service after the sale.
Yes, we strongly believe in service above all else. If you take care of a customer when they have a problem, that customer has no need to ever go look for another piece of software, and they will remember that for life. Furthermore, they'll tell their friends about it.
talk about software as a form of medical instrument.
It is, in fact, a software. It's more than a medical instrument. It's a necessity nowadays with the reimbursement levels as they are. And a good software can make your whole office hum. It can make your whole office just flow beautifully.
Who's this guy, T.J. Wilkinson? Why does he think you have the best software he's ever seen in his life?
Am I allowed to have him answer that?
Yeah.
Hey, Robert.
Hey, TJ. Do you work there? Are you an installer for them? What's your connection?
I work for Medetron. Gene Powers is our president. And I came to the product through Gene, installing, training, implementing MediNotes. And I just fell in love with the product.
Well, your first post in which you said, this is the best software I've ever seen in my whole life, impressed me so much that I looked at the website and I said, it does look pretty good.
Robert, every doctor we show this to ends up loving it. I mean, everybody thinks it's phenomenal. It is by far the best put-together software I've ever worked with, and I've worked with a lot of software over my years, both in pathology and forensics and then in medicine. And so it includes everything. It's easy to use. It's intuitive. It just makes sense. I mean, I won't name another product, but I've worked with another product, and I end up telling the client, well, it really doesn't work well this way, or we can't use this here. With IMS and with the other related products, they work together. I don't have to struggle to make something work in an office.
I like that approach because I don't like to struggle with my software. I'm an old guy. I have resisted computers. Give me a break.
Yeah, and, a lot of times EMR software or practice management software makes you change your practice to fit the software. And here we don't have to do that. It's flexible enough and configurable enough and adaptable to what the office is already doing. We don't have to reinvent the wheel, and we don't have to make people crazy in the process.
Now, if someone wants to call Medetron and have you come out and help them with this, what is the phone number over at Medetron?
415-824-0600.
And who should they ask for over there?
They can ask for me, that's fine, or they can ask for Gene Powers, our president.
Okay, well, TJ, I really appreciate your help in getting this put together.
Oh, you're very welcome.
And I hope that what we can do is bring this software to the attention of our readers as a real contender that they need to look at.
Yes.
And if we can do that, I will have been successful.
Fantastic. You might want to mention, just off the record between us, you may want to mention to Mark Anderson that you've done this. I think Mark looked at it recently and was very impressed.
I will do that, and that says a lot, because Mark is, to me, the single most knowledgeable guy on EMR in the world.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
And if he's impressed, everybody should look at this.
Absolutely.
It's a must look at.
Well, thank you, Robert. I really appreciate you taking the time to do that.
Well, thank you, TJ, and thanks, Mike, and we'll get this out as soon as we can. Like I said, we only needed 10 minutes. My job is so hard. So hard.
I understand.
Okay. Thanks
Thank
again.
you, sir.
Bye-bye.